It really depends on the complexity, because it's like, okay, like for Zero, I spent 6 weeks to make, because it's like, even though like her general silhouette is relatively simple, but because of like the excessive amount of details that she has, it definitely takes a lot more time. So that I have to take into consideration as well. But also it's like last week I actually did cosplay 9 from Zhangzhou Hotel. So it's like, it's a very casual outfit, but I actually spent a lot of time like buying like props just to set up the room that they were in. So it's like, it gives you like a further sense of reality, like it stays more true to the series.
So it puts like the cosplay into the context.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So can you share a little bit with us about your armor? It looks so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. It's like, so actually it's like, even for the art, it's just something like that you can't really see, but because it has a lot of details into it, that is why it's like, it's not something that I would just like not do just because you can't really see in photos, because it's like, when I see a detail, I'm just like, it's there, I can't unsee it. Yeah, so it's like, I'm actually not too good with prop making. I mean, that is definitely something.
But this looks very nice. You should totally tell us more about your armor.
Because it's like, this is supposed to act as like an artificial arm, like a static. But because I do have an actual arm, so what I can do is just like to make it as closely fitted as possible, so that it doesn't look so chunky.
Real.
Yes, it doesn't look so chunky. Yes, that's correct.
So what's it made of?
It's actually made of just like craft foam and styrene. Yeah, so it's like plastic styrene. Or actually, these is actually made of paper instead. So it's like, I work a lot with like paper as well. Like usually flat surfaces, because it's like, it's easier for me to make like a shape of it, because it's like, it's kind of similar to pattern drafting too, in a way. Okay. It's like last time when I was in Singapore, it's like we actually have this thinking whereby it's like, it's a really complex like costume, so we need to wear it to an event, you know, just like to let people see it's like how like that the hard work that we have put in. But I think it's like, over the years, it's like, right now I probably would actually go for something that probably still a little more complex, but it renders me like able to walk quite like at ease, because it's like, I do want to show people what I have done, but more importantly, I want to enjoy the event as well. And also, I'm able to just like run around, you know, like see friends or like visit booths, you know, just be active and have fun. My most active photographer who works with me is actually Muse. I enjoy working with him because he has a lot of ideas for his photo shoots, and he doesn't only have just one style, but various. So it really depends on the series. It's like, let's just say I tell him that, okay, today I want to shoot Drakengard 3, and he would like just think of like how to go about shooting it, like what kind of feel it should give, and in a way, he's equally as crazy as I am. So it's like, that is what makes us like a good working, like makes each other like with good working partners.
Like Kaika.
Definitely the scale of it. Yes. So it's like, we like over 10 years ago when I first started, I think there were probably only 2 major events in Singapore back then, and that would be Cosplay and EOI, I believe, and sometimes Street Festival. But so it's like, right now it's like, you can definitely see like the growing population in event attendees, and also more specific conventions for our kind of culture. So it's like, that actually makes it even more fun, and it's really nice to see it as well, because it's like previously when we are
like a subculture. Now we are like a main culture in the event.
That is very important actually, because it's like previously when we embrace in our hobby, it's actually not very well accepted. So it's like and most of the time it actually what comes back are negative comments, which was a little hard at that time. But right now it's like it's really nice to know that like the general public, they are more accepting of it, and right now it's like most people, they even think, oh, cosplay, that's cool, that kind of thing. So it's like it's all like a really nice surprise. I would say yes, because it's like
because Halloween is a very big thing in their culture too.
Yes, that's correct, and also because like I think it's also because of how open-minded they are in general. So it's like even if they are to see like cosplayers like out in the streets, they would probably just stop to give like a second look, but they wouldn't be too bothered by it. As in, they would just like accept it and just like, oh, like I wonder what's going on today, that kind of thing. Yeah. Because it's like there are actually several countries that I've attended, but because it's like I'm not constantly like at the same place, but it's like what is different, or rather I would say what is similar is definitely because it's like of all the similar fandoms, you can actually see that people actually react the same, but just to what kind of life, like most like people in Asia, they actually react like in a more excited, but that sort of like, but more like keeping it to themselves. They're just like, oh yeah, I really like it, that kind of thing. But it's like let's just say in the Western culture, they're more expressive, and they definitely will just like come up to you and just like, hey, you look cool, that kind of thing. So it's like I think basically I would feel that like events wise they are quite similar, and like the attendees, they are definitely as excited as well. But I guess it's like sometimes it's like the response may differ because of cultural differences. But that's about it. I think about an hour. Like for me, it's like when I do cosplay makeup, I actually just keep it light, or like just keep it as true as I can to the character, because it's like there are definitely like a lot of makeup tutorials online or even in magazines, but I think it's a little hard because everyone's eyes differ as the shape, the fold, etc. So it's like I always encourage cosplayers to actually like practice more, and it's not about the technique, but more of knowing your eyes better, so that you know how to angle it, how to draw it, so that it's like with the least amount of light, you're able to achieve how the character looks like. Yeah.
So what would be the highlight for the panel tomorrow?
Okay, because it's like my model she's actually a female, so I think what I want to do is to be able to transform her, like who's a non-cosplayer, into a crossplay, as in it's like into a male character. So I look forward to that, and I hope it succeeds. Actually, I would say it's probably more challenging to find locations in Singapore, because it's like definitely space-wise, America has a lot more, and because it's so wide and all, I think the only difficult part is probably just driving. Yeah, because it's like for my zero shoot, I actually have to drive like 7 hours up north. Yeah, just to shoot it. But then again, it's like if I think about it this way, it was a location that I cannot find locally. That's why it's like it makes it all really worth it. Yeah.
It's just like there. Yeah, I want to see.
It's actually I kind of made it into like an eye patch, and I just stick it on with like surgical
tape?
surgical tape.
But the tapes is very strong.
Yeah, because it's like surgical tape, that's why it actually has a stronger hold as well. So you can kind of see from the side.
I think we have to show the cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of like see from the side that it's just like an eye patch.
Wow, but does that impair your view?
Sorry?
Does that impair your vision?
I do feel a little unbalanced. As in, because it's like one eye is like covered, so it's like I literally just have like a blind spot. That's why it's like when I'm to walk outside, I actually need to like hold on to someone so that I don't bump into people as well, because I can't really see on this side.
So cosplay is very dangerous too.
Yes, that's why I chose to wear zero like on Saturday, so that I don't have to risk falling off stage tomorrow.
But the construction of this flower should be pretty lightweight.
Yes,
Because it has to be here. So was there any other considerations other than the weight?
Actually, not really, because it's like how I did this flower was that it was from a 6-petal tiger lily, and as soon as I just trimmed off one petal and just like reconstructed it so that it looks okay, not as a 5-petal instead. But I think what was most challenging was actually the little crown, because it's so small, and so I had a lot of time like trying to make out its exact shape and then put it on. Yeah. But other than that, it's pretty okay. Oh, how did I train him? He's like actually for my golden retriever, I waited 6 years before I could finally get him, because it's like in Singapore I live in a HDB. So it was only after I moved to America that I actually had the freedom to keep my own dog. So it's like when I brought him back at 2 months, every day since then, because I'm so obsessed with him, I would just like take photos of him. I'm just like like sit, like look at me. So he grew accustomed to that. So whenever I just fish off my camera, he kind of knows what to do. But of course, it's like if you really want him to look your way, just hold a treat in your hand, and you have his full attention. Actually, it's like prior my move to the States, I was actually a cake and dessert table designer. Like those that you see at weddings, like the dessert table things. I actually designed the teams for them. So actually, it's like when I cater to like wedding couples, to like birthday parties, to like 1-year-old babies and etc. So basically, I like this kind of thing. So it was really fun as well. Actually, even up to now, I don't classify myself like different from any others, because it's like, to me, I'm just a fan, just like everyone else. So it's like, just speak my fandom language and I'll go crazy with you. Yeah, so it's like I just have that kind of mindset whereby it's like I don't want to put myself like on a higher platform, because I'm really not. Because it's like I really am just a fan like everyone else. Yeah.
So you must feel very honored to be part of STGC this year.
I definitely am.
I hope you enjoy the event.
I will. It's been great so far.
So did you manage to meet any of the other guests?
Sukita?
So what do you do with Sukita? What do you talk to him?
Unfortunately, my Japanese isn't too good, so I wasn't able to converse much without trying to embarrass myself. So it's like, but it was just really an honor and a pleasure to be able to have met him as well.
So what did you say to him? Can you reenact your exact reaction?
It's like, that was pretty much all that I could say that without embarrassing myself.
That's all?
Yes.
I thought you were like
there's such
hold yourself towards him.
There's such thing called internal fanboying, and just screaming internally, and I'm happy.
What do you think about it?
I think because it's like when I'm to cosplay a character, I actually first see the features of the character to see whether am I able to pull it off. Because it's like if I'm unable to, and another cosplayer has actually done an even more excellent job on doing it, I actually feel contented, and I'm just like, okay, I'll just leave it to you, and I'll just stay as a fan, and I'm just very happy doing that. I think it's like for me, it has always been a gradual learning process, because it's like with every new character, be it simple or difficult, you definitely will learn something new from it. So it's like so everything I have just been fortunate enough to be able to pull it off. It's like even though it was really hard, as in I had a rough start, or I bumped into like a few walls, you know, in the midst of the progress. But it's like, but other than that, it's like I also have some really good help from people who know their stuff, especially like on prop making. So I'm able to turn to them to ask them for opinion, ask them for help, and it's like they have been kind enough to help me and guide me. So it definitely helps in how I look like on the overall as well. How I first started was that actually every cosplay they actually start small. They start with simple things, but I think what I would strongly urge like the new cosplayers to do would be like to start like making their own stuff, because it's like back then when we started, it's like like there weren't like online sites for us to buy. So like a lot of things were like DIY with whatever things we can find at home. So it's like even for like wig colors, I remember, because it was so limited back then, it was something that, like, let's just say I needed a silver wig, but there wasn't such thing as a silver colored wig back then. So what we did was that we would buy either a white wig or like the lightest cream colored wig. And for me personally, I actually would spray paint it so that so that it looks like silverish.
Wouldn't the color come off?
It wouldn't, because it's spray paint. But it's like, so what I would do is that I would style it and I'll fix it in place, and then I would give it a light coat so that it still appears silver in photos. Yeah.
Yes.
I think for me, cosplay has always just stayed a hobby, and will always just stay as a hobby for me, because it's like there has always been this talk that because of the amount of time and money we put into cosplay, it's hard to turn it into a profession, because it's like it's not really, as in, unless you are really like up there, it's hard for you to sustain and also to give you a decent amount of salary. Yeah, but just by like selling your own personal merchandise. And I think for me, it's like I'm just happy staying as a fan and the hobbies. Yeah, so I'm just really happy just being where I am right now.